Okay, 12th graders, welcome back to the last couple of pages in Chapter 5, Section 2, Earning the Highest Profit. Before a business can decide how much to produce in order to earn as much profit as possible, it must figure its marginal revenue and total revenue. Marginal revenue is the added revenue per unit of output, or the money made from each additional unit sold. In other words, marginal revenue equals price. I don't know why they just don't call it price. It'd be so much easier. If, for example, baseball hats were priced at $5 each, the money earned from each additional hat sold would be $5. Total revenue is the income a business receives from selling a product. It can be expressed by the formula total revenue equals P times Q, where P is the price of the product and Q is the quantity purchased at that product price. Recall that you use this same formula to calculate total revenue on page 101. Production costs and revenue schedules. So these are something that help businesses determine how to maximize profit and stop loss. So businesses use this type of thing. You've seen how Janine explored the relationship between labor and marginal product. You've also seen what it costs her to produce various quantities of jeans. Next, you will learn how she calculates her revenue and her profits. Look at figure 5.9, which shows Janine's costs, revenues, and profit for various levels of total product. Janine calculates her total revenue by multiplying the marginal revenue, which is $20 per pair of jeans, by the total product. Then she can determine her profit by subtracting her total cost from her total revenue. Remember that Janine is trying to decide how many workers she should hire and how many pair of jeans she should produce in order to make the most profit. To make these decisions, she needs to perform a marginal analysis, which is a comparison of the added costs and benefits of an economic action. In other words, she needs to look at the costs and benefits of adding each additional worker and producing additional pairs of jeans. Using figure 5.9, Janine can see that when she has no employees and therefore does not produce any jeans, she loses money because she still incurs fixed costs. If she hires one worker who produces 3 pairs of jeans, her costs are $70, but she only collects $60 in total revenue. Therefore, she still doesn't earn a profit. When she hires a second worker and together the 2 workers produce 7 pairs of jeans, costs are $102 and revenues are $140, so she earns a very small profit of $38. Janine has finally passed the break-even point, and break-even is the point at which enough revenue is being generated to cover expenses. You want to do better than break-even. At the break-even point, costs and total costs and total revenue are exactly equal. Like all business owners, Janine wants to do a lot better than break even. She wants to earn as much profit as possible. She can see that as she adds additional workers and produces more jeans, her profits increase up to a point. So take a look at the chart, figure 5.9, and before we go on, when you go from 6 to 7 workers, you go from $589 to $743. When you go from 7 to 8 workers, you go from $743 of profit to $807 of profit. When you go from 8 to 9, your profit does not increase. And in fact, when you go from 9 to 10, your profit actually decreases. Down below the table, when you look at figure 5.9 again, you can see that Janine's profits continue to rise as she adds workers, up to and including the 9th worker, and produces more jeans. Why does this happen? Recall that during the stage of diminishing returns, total production continues to rise, but it rises more slowly. Although Janine is getting less production from each additional worker, marginal revenue is still greater than marginal cost, so Janine hires more workers, produces more, and increases profits. When Janine's factory has 9 workers producing 66 pairs of jeans, it has reached the level of production where it realizes the greatest amount of profit. This is called profit maximizing output. Maximum profit. The level of output is reached when the marginal cost and the marginal revenue are equal. So that would be marginal cost column, marginal revenue column are both at $20. After that point, the profits begin to decline. When Janine adds a 10th worker, the marginal product of 1 pair of jeans increases total revenue, but the increase in marginal cost is greater than increase in marginal revenue. Since the goal of every business is to maximize profit, having a 10th employee runs against Janine's best interest. Now, guys, it's a fairly confusing section. After you've read through it, what I want you to do is go through the notes. Remember that our notes are geared towards our test, so they will be fairly concise. And if you have questions, either put them in Classroom, reply, send a note to Miss Bennett or me through email, through Remind, whatever you need to do to understand this. This is kind of a tricky section.